Hey guys, welcome to Jobber Jabber. This is Two Tooth, and I'm going to give you the review on Smackdown and NXT from February 13th and 14th. Now I know here at Jobber Jabber we like to have fun and joke around, and we got Skip lurking around, but sometimes we have to get down to the nitty gritty and actually talk wrestling, because we are all wrestling fans when it gets down to the bottom line, okay? The bottom line, because Two Tooth said so. So I'm going to, instead of just running through the review and telling you what happened, I'm going to kind of give you some insights on what's going on and how I feel about it and where I think these matches are leading to. Now, we're still going to do the WFW. We got other videos in mind. We're going to start running live videos right here from my house, so I don't have to travel down to where my brother lives. We're going to try and give you more content. Going to try and add a few more people. And hopefully we can get this thing off the ground and keep bringing you some good wrestling content if you think it's good. So anyway, let's start with SmackDown from the 13th of February, 2018. It started with Dolph Ziggler in the ring. Now, I thought Dolph Ziggler was on his way out, but with the way this is heading, I think Ziggler might be primed up for another run. Then it cuts to the backstage where Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are attacking Corbin, who Ziggler was supposed to be facing in the match, by the way. They take out Corbin, then they go out to the ring there, and Ziggler tries to cut him off, but in the end, Owens and Zayn get a hold of Ziggler, take him out too. Now, I don't know where this whole Zayn and Owens thing is heading, where it's leading to. My gut feeling tells me that they're going to split up. Sami Zayn isn't a heel. Kevin Owens is a 100% heel. Sami Zayn isn't. Sami Zayn needs to go back to being a babyface. So I don't know where they're heading with all this, but we'll get into more of what all this meant at the beginning of SmackDown later on in the show. After all that happened, we had Shane and Daniel Bryan in the back. Shane is just complaining about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, how they're causing all these problems, and he's not having it no more. And I actually think all these rumors about Daniel Bryan coming back is going to lead to a Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan match at WrestleMania, possibly. But I don't know. I don't know how WWE feels about letting Bryan wrestle again. But anyway, then we had Sarah Logan versus Charlotte Flair with the Riot Squad there, and Naomi and Becky Lynch in Flair's corner. Good match, back and forth. Flair stole the show, obviously. I mean, she's a great wrestler. She did a natural selection DDT. Oh, unbelievable. I mean, some of these moves this woman pulls off is, wow, amazing. Anyway, Charlotte Flair ends up winning this match. I don't really know where this is heading either. There's a big feud between Flair, Naomi, Lynch, and the Riot Squad. Not sure where that's heading towards Fastlane or WrestleMania. They'll get it all sorted out before WrestleMania comes along. Then Bobby Roode comes to the ring, and he has the open challenge. And as we know, last week, Randy Orton came out and gave an RKO out of nowhere to everybody. I mean, he just laid out everybody. So Bobby Roode calls him out. Orton comes out in stylish fashion, just like he always does. Randy Orton, the classy guy he is. And while they're in the ring, in comes Jinder Mahal. I thought we were done with this fool, but no, Jinder's back. Jinder comes in, and remember last week on SmackDown, Daniel Bryan gave his top 10 list of SmackDown, which was unbelievable. If you guys didn't see it, go back and watch it. The top 10 list was crazy. Jinder comes in the ring and makes it a point to say, Randy Orton has been here for 16 years, and he's number 9 on the list. Whereas Bobby Roode's only been here 6 months, and he's number 5 on the list. Well, why would Jinder bring this up if he isn't on the list? And of course, Randy Orton brought that up. Jinder Mahal, you're not even on the list. And you were just the WWE champion not that long ago, and you're not even on the top 10. So why is he even in the ring with Bobby Roode and Randy Orton? That's what I want to know. I mean, why is he even out there? Because obviously, no matter where this storyline goes, Jinder is not going to have that belt. If he gets into a match with Orton and Roode, it's only going to be to eat a pin. Kind of like Kane was to Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman. Why they have to do that, I don't know. Just let Bobby Roode and Randy Orton fight it out. You don't need to add Jinder in there. Jinder's passed. He's gone. Get him out of there, you know? Whatever. So anyway, going back to the promo that Shane and Daniel Bryan had after Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn caused all their turmoil, Shane set up a match. Corbin was to face Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn was to face Dolph Ziggler. And if Corbin or Ziggler wins their match, they will be added into that three-way match with Owens, Zayn, and AJ Styles at Fastlane. So, of course, you know where this is heading. Corbin beats Kevin Owens. And of course, Shane said if there's any interference from either Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn, they will be eliminated from the match. So, we know where this is heading. Corbin beats KO with the end of days. So, now it's a four-way at Fastlane. We got Baron Corbin, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and AJ Styles. Now, obviously, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are not going to work together. This is all going to fall apart at Fastlane because that's not going to be a storyline heading into WrestleMania. That's my opinion. I just don't see this storyline going into WrestleMania. AJ Styles has to have a clear, definitive opponent at WrestleMania, not a triple threat match, not a four-way. He has to have a clear-cut challenger. So this is all going to pan out at Fastlane. We'll see how it comes out. Then the New Day backstage doing their dumb promos or whatever they do. And I can't believe I'm doing this video without my hat because my hair is a mess this morning. But anyway, I'm tired of the New Day. They did their Pancake Tuesday promo, whatever that means. Then they ended up beating Gable and Benjamin. Then the Usos come out, cut a promo. Now I think this is leading to New Day facing the Usos at either WrestleMania or Fastlane. New Day is another one of them things like Jinder. They need to move on with that. They have the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, Gable and Benjamin. They have way better tag teams to put in there than New Day. New Day has ran their course. Get them out of there. Push them along. They're mid-card now. They don't need to be running for a belt. So, after that's all said and done, we have the Ziggler and Zayn match. And we knew where this was going to head. We knew this was all going to end up into a five-way. Ziggler ends up winning. He had the exploder from the top rope on Zayn. These guys put on a hell of a show. I tell you what, these guys can sell. You could touch your finger on their cheek and they would look like they got hit by a truck. These guys sell moves like no other. I mean, you can hate Ziggler all you want. You can love Zayn all you want. Zayn's a horrible heel. But these guys put on a great match. Sometimes Ziggler oversells, but in this match, he did great. Then after Zayn did the exploder off the top rope on Ziggler, Ziggler pulls off a zigzag on Zayn, and they cut scene backstage to Owens watching the show from backstage and just wanting to run in and stop the whole thing. But, you know, he held back and he could see what was coming, right? So then cuts back to the ring, super kick from Ziggler, bam, it's over. Setting up a fatal five-way at Fastlane. Ziggler, Zayn, Owens, Corbin, and Styles at Fastlane. Now, WrestleMania is after Fastlane. I cannot see AJ Styles going into WrestleMania without the title. Now, if he does, he's going to win it back at WrestleMania. But out of Ziggler, Zayn, and Owens and Corbin, I don't see who they would put that title on just for that short period of time between Fastlane and WrestleMania. I see this building up at Fastlane as one of those four guys is going to come out as a clear-cut contender for Styles' belt at WrestleMania. Looking at it, you would think it's Owens, but Owens has been there. Ziggler's been there. I see either Zayn or Corbin being that man. I don't think they're all sold on Corbin yet. I actually see Sami Zayn coming out of this and having a Sami Zayn and AJ Styles match at WrestleMania. I think that would be the best match out of all of them. We'll see what happens. That wrapped up Smackdown for Tuesday, February 13th, I believe was the date. I hope this serious show gave you a little more insight and tells you guys that we're not all about joking around and skip peeking in windows and whipping this thing out. We do want to bring some good wrestling content to you guys, give you a reason to watch, give us some feedback. We're transferring stuff over to YouTube. We appreciate everything you guys do. I'm going to switch over to NXT now. I just wanted to throw that in there. Our P.O. box is on the screen there. Send us mail. We got our first fan mail. It was a beautiful Batman pen. Hey, the little things mean a lot to us. That shows your appreciation for what we do. Hey, anything you send us just to get that mail and open that meant so much to Farley and I. It was great. Whoever sent it, we don't even know who sent it, but thank you. Whoever sent it, keep sending it. Send us a private message. Don't put your address out there, but send us a private message on Facebook Messenger or whatever. Give us your address. We'll sign one of these pictures here, and we'll send it out to you if you want it. I mean, we don't have to sign it, whatever. It might not mean a lot to you, but it would mean something to us if we could give back to you guys for what you do. And this little silly picture, send it out to you, would make us feel good if you would want something like that. We're in the process of making new shirts, new content. We're adding a couple people. We're trying to. We'll see where it all heads. Anyway, let's head over to NXT. I got to move my notes from SmackDown out of the way. So on NXT is always a short night. It's only an hour long. They started off with telling you hey, we're having 2 title matches tonight. We're having Dunn versus Roderick Strong for the UK title. And boy, if you haven't seen Pete Dunne wrestle the Bruiserweight, you got to watch this dude. He's only early 20s. Holy crap, this guy, they need to put him on the main roster. Do something with that UK belt. He should be in the US title contention or something. Get rid of that US title. They started off the show with Dunn versus Strong. Dunn ended up holding on to the title. I was kind of thinking that maybe Strong would take the title so Dunn could make his move up to the main roster, because a lot of times they have them people lose their titles so they can move to the main roster. Didn't happen, so I think they have a little bit more for Pete Dunne in NXT. We'll see where that heads to. Then the Aleister Black promo. Aleister Black is amazing. I tell you what, NXT trumps Raw and SmackDown. I tell you, if you don't watch it, go watch it. These guys, you want to see them now before they come up to the main roster and see how the main roster either ruins them or pushes them. But a lot of these guys have come up from NXT and just been pushed aside. Some have been given a little push, but Shinsuke Nakamura was a good example. Now, he's up in that main scene now, but for a long time, they brought him up from NXT, and he just disappeared. So I was a little worried about that. But Bobby Roode's right there. I mean, these NXT stars, this is a great developmental thing that they needed to do. Instead of bringing people in and having jobbers, they work these people up. So every match, you don't know who's going to win. There is no squash matches anymore in WWE. It's great. I love seeing that. You don't want to go into a match knowing who's going to win. I mean, what's the fun in that, right? So anyway, back to the Aleister Black promo. He's interrupted by Killian Dane. Now, Killian Dane is another one of those amazing wrestlers. Big brute. He needs to come up to main roster, and I think that's where this is heading. I believe next week, Aleister Black and Killian Dane are going to be duking it out by the sounds of it. So we'll see what that all leads to. But Aleister Black and Killian Dane both are great on the mic, great in the ring. They need to do more with these guys. I mean, you can only do so much at NXT. So, and with Andre Cien Almas is the champion there. And we'll talk about his match coming up later. I think I know it's heading that way. Anyway, the next match coming up is TM61. Nick Miller and Shane Thorne, a tag team in NXT. The way they were talking, they were pushing these guys to be another top tag team in NXT. They faced John Skyler and some Duckworth guy. Now, if you watch NXT, you know they have the Authors of Pain, the Street Profits, Sanity, Heavy Machinery, the Undisputed Era, Moss and Sabatelli. Now, to bring in the TM61, where do these guys fit in with these other tag teams? The only thing I can think of is there's going to be a move up. One of these tag teams is being replaced by this TM61. Horrible name. They need to think of a different name. And as I look down that list, the Authors of Pain, Sanity, Heavy Machinery, Undisputed Era. Street Profits aren't going nowhere. They're staying in NXT. Authors of Pain could go up. I think they have more with Sanity to do. I can see Killian Dane moving up, but Sanity staying down. Undisputed Era just won the titles, but I could see them losing their titles and moving up. I think the next tag team title match, the losers of that tag team title match will be on the main roster shortly after. And with WrestleMania coming up, a lot of these moves are going to be happening, so keep an eye out. Then they talked about next week, Johnny Gargano. If you haven't seen this dude, watch this dude too, against Cien Almas next week. Speaking of heading up to the main roster with WrestleMania coming, if Gargano loses to Cien Almas, he is off at NXT. What better way? Write him off NXT, get him to the main roster for some kind of match at WrestleMania. And I could see him going straight to SmackDown, maybe playing a part in that 5-way match. I don't know. But I think Gargano's going to lose this match because Cien Almas, he was in the Royal Rumble, but I think he's going to hold that title for a little bit longer. Gargano is way more popular with the fans. He's a better wrestler. He's more polished. He'd be better on the main roster than Cien Almas at this point. So look for Gargano to lose that match next week. And then shortly after, see him on SmackDown. I'm telling you, he's coming up. And the last thing we had going on was... Oh, I forgot for a second. Oh, God. The Velveteen Dream. He's back from his injury. And they did a promo with him facing Cassius Ohno next week. Cassius Ohno is a lifer at NXT. He's not moving up anytime soon. He's the guy that, usually the last guy that people fight before they move up. So Velveteen Dream could be on his way up. But I think they need to keep him in NXT a little bit longer. I don't think he'll make the move until WrestleMania. Maybe Gargano, Velveteen Dream. I don't know where this is heading because they kind of moved Aleister Black off from Velveteen Dream after that injury. But anyway, that wraps up NXT. And I hope you guys enjoyed my input, what I thought, instead of just running through what happened. I want to kind of give you guys what I see. Because, you know, a lot of times we joke around and I don't give you guys my total insight on what I think is going to happen. And, you know, I don't like to pat my own back, but I'm right a lot of times. I'm pretty good at determining what's going to happen on WWE. They're getting pretty predictable. And I just hope they don't drain NXT of all their talent, move them up, and then have nothing to do with them on the main roster. They have to keep some of that talent down there. But I think Gargano and one of them tag teams needs to come up, and it's either going to be Heavy Machinery, Undisputed Era, or the Authors of Pain. I'm leaning towards the Authors of Pain. They've ate a couple losses against Undisputed Era, and Undisputed Era is pretty new in NXT. But, hey, a lot of times they make that jump really quick. And with Adam Rose, baby, or Adam Cole, baby, you know, he'd be a great addition to the main roster, too. His charisma's great. So, we'll see what happens, man. Keep your eyes peeled. I'll be back next Monday for Rubbing It Raw with either Two Tooth or Skip, whoever decides to show up that day. And I'll be here Thursday for SmackDown and NXT Rewind, Talking Smack, whatever we decide to call this segment. We're going to start doing some top 10 videos. The women's Ultimate Fantasy Tournament's running. After that's over, we're going to do a WrestleMania tournament. We have 33 WrestleManias. So we got to have a play-in because we only have 30 spots for 32 WrestleManias. So we're going to pick 2 WrestleManias to have that play-in to get that last spot. And then we're going to have a 32 WrestleManias pitted up against each other, just like our tournaments that we run all the time. We'll see what comes out as the number 1 WrestleMania. I have an idea which one it's going to be. But, hey, keep voting on that Women's Ultimate Fantasy Tournament. Keep tuning in to Jabber Jabber. Tell us what you want to see. Send us some stuff in the mail, man. And let us know what you like and what you want. We're here for you. Two Tooth, checking out. Jabber Jabber. Talk to you later, guys.